Optimus Prime, what's up? What's up, guys? We are at the Haunted Majestic. Got Middletown and the wifey and the other wifey. And down over here is the Haunted Majestic.
Dun dun dun.
And basically what it is two barges put together, and now it's a haunted house.
I let Dan Porter narrate for us.
Hey guys!
He does such a good job.
So yeah, I've seen this off of Paranormal Quest. I followed them for a while and I've been wanting to come here, so we're finally here.
He's on a quest.
I'm on a quest. Paranormal.
Did you hear that?
We're on a boat with our flippy floppies.
And this was used during World War II
As a
as a hospital for the soldiers.
towed over to Normandy to Utah Beach.
It is a pretty steep walk, so if you guys come here,
Yeah,
careful.
be prepared.
Where are your marrows?
Look how pretty that is. Look at that.
There's something floating out there in the water. I don't think I can zoom in on. It looks like alligator head. Yes,
Yeah, I see it.
It's a shark.
alligator.
Yeah, shark bait. Look at Ronnie back there. Hi, Ronnie.
Hey, look at Dan over there.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Let me make me trip and fall, or guys, look at this.
Oh, I don't like safety first.
Safety. One person at a time.
Yeah, this kind of sucks.
Look. Oh.
Oh!
You stop. Oh my god. Okay. I can swim. Oh god.
Don't do that. Ronnie, look how big this fish is.
Dan, keep walking.
Look how big the fish is.
Oh my god. It's huge.
I don't know if you guys can see that.
It looks
there.
blue.
Yeah.
Is that chemically altered?
Maybe. You can see them right there.
Look at the fish.
Well, look at the big fishy.
Here, fishy, fishy.
Oh god.
Looks all tropical in the GoPro, like the water.
Tropical. Yeah, that's definitely
Look.
what I call the West Virginia water. Tropical.
So yeah, guys, the Haunted Majestic. We're gonna be here till 3 a.m. Huh?
One just jump behind the boat.
Come on, cross, Ronnie.
See the ripples over there? Something just jumped. Right there behind it.
Well, if I had a fishing pole.
Well, it's in your truck.
You okay, Karen?
She's waiting for us to cross.
Oh, she's doing selfies.
Haunted Majestic.
Definitely what you do.
So this is the entrance.
You wasn't sure, wasn't sure, come across the bridge. Oh. Come on, mommy.
So down here is the basement.
Come on, mommy.
We're gonna go down there later. They have a bunch of stuff set up for Halloween already. This is where we're gonna be setting up in here. I said this is a pretty hot spot in here, so we'll be focusing in here tonight a little bit. It's like the stage area. Guys, who's that? Who's that?
It's pretty cool back there.
Ghostface.
It's pretty cool back here.
Is it?
There's
Let's
like
go
a
look.
bar back here. Yeah. It is cool.
Oh, I can't see.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go over here. Oh, cool.
But look at the cabinets. Don't they look like medicinal cabinets? Like the way the handles and stuff are?
Yeah.
And then like there
They'd
was
lock
some
them
type
up.
of like refrigeration or something, or maybe like a sterilization. I don't know.
You gonna take our order, Karen?
What can I get you?
Red
rum.
Red Bob.
Red rum.
Here, you got a ladle.
Red rum.
Oh, look.
Red rum.
What does he do?
There's things back here like. I mean, there was a bar. Amaretto, peach tree, razzmatazz. No, like they have bottles, like
Wow.
mixers.
Care for a drink?
Blue curacao.
You look cute back there.
Thank you.
Aww.
That's what she was going for.
Here, have an eyeball.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Let's not scare Karen tonight, because I will scream.
Let's see. Well, you're gonna scream anyway. Whoa, look at this little
There's a
area.
menu.
The menu. What's on the menu?
Look.
Oh, poison.
Sweaty.
Ivy.
Human.
And I don't.
Spicy.
White cat.
Which one you want?
I'm gonna go with the vampire
Back
blood.
here.
Okay.
We're at the bar.
On the boat with our flippy floppies.
You want a cherry brandy?
When we go back, we go back out by the stoplight. Remember the stoplight out here?
Uh-huh.
That's when we go home tomorrow. We gotta go that way anyway. It takes you to 64. Go under 64. There's a Sheets up there.
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
You just type in sheets. and
Sheets.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like sheets. I prefer Wawa.
Well, there's no Wawa.
Let's go down here.
So what's back here? Yeah.
Oh.
do that, please.
Got the hospital beds. Have you been back here?
No.
Oh. I haven't been back here yet either. Don't look. Oh. Oh.
Oh God. Son of a bitch. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
All right.
It's kind of a blank, yeah. Now, mind you, this tour, while I'm going to begin, you guys, is nowhere near the quality of my metaphysics guide, but you would run out of film long before then. Basically, these barges are well over 100 years old together. They started off as dredging barges with the Ohio River Project in the 1900s. Basically, the river you see out there is not the same river that was here 100 years ago, okay? Probably a little over now.
Yeah.
Actually, some of my great-grandparents used to talk about walking across the river. It was not
Wow,
very
really?
deep. The Corps of Engineers were hired in to make this a fairway to transport goods in and out of the country. So these barges were put into use, just dredging it out and getting the mud and muck out of the river. However, an interesting factor about this region, Indians were notorious for putting their mounds, burial mounds, right on the edge of the riverbanks. And back in those days, they really didn't care, okay? So they probably dredged up a lot of remains.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird because these two barges were constantly taking on water at the time. They seemed bad luck. And in fact, after about 5 years of use, the company that owned them set them off to the side. They were considered bad make or bad luck to have hooked to your tug and so on. And in comes World War II. There's an iron shortage going on, okay? There's even been some of the old iron furnaces blown apart, people thinking that there was iron still left in them. So the Navy came in, needing support vessels, commandeered, they probably paid for them, and put them to use. Now my suspicion is, with the research the team has done, they probably started life off in the military as berthing vessels. A berthing vessel is where sailors would live on the ship while their assigned vessel would be taking upgrades and repairs.
Okay.
The size of this thing would probably suggest maybe an officer's berthing vessel. Enlisted berthing vessels are ginormous, but very similar in design. We actually found some berthing vessels of the era that looked very close to what this thing kind of does now. Of course, it's been modified heavily over the years. It was later put into use as a emergency surgical hospital, which we borrowed the idea from the French, believe this or not, from World War I. It's a MASH before there was such a thing as a MASH. You have your wounded docked up on the shoreline. The enemy starts getting closer. Well, you need to move your wounded.
Your camera, I don't see him on the image on it.
It should be on.
Okay.
Okay. It's
Good to go.
that one
so
keeps
you can
going
quickly hook up a barge or something and get them further up the river, or if you're advancing, you can get them closer. Very logical thing to do.
Right.
Now, later on, it becomes the military releases it like shortly after Vietnam. It becomes a bread and breakfast, I think in the late 70s.
Wow.
That makes sense now.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then it was sold off because the people who was trying to do the bed and breakfast, a lot of the people claimed they heard knocking on the walls, yelling, stuff jumping on the beds, and so on. So they sold it, and it became a restaurant for quite a few years after that. And it seemed to do all right for a while. And I think the company just needed to upgrade, so they sold it to the current owner as and he originally had plans of turning it into a local dining facility on the river. However, bad luck strikes again. As the engineers he hired to get the ship closer to the river so that they could dock it up and start to work making it a restaurant, had miscalculated the sandbar. So what happens is this one stops and this one keeps moving, wrecking this place. I'd seen this thing when he first bought it because he heard the ghost stories and so on, and the team was brought in. And he was thinking about kind of sort of promoting it during the Halloween season,
Right.
for like meals and a ghost hunt or something like that. And it was kind of sort of a tongue-in-cheek he was planning. But when that happened, the repairs were so expensive, he just couldn't afford it. So he decided a haunted house would work as a business. And of course, you know, we already had data about the hauntings, and we had already started doing studies on when it was a military hospital, and there are some things that still remain from the old hospital. And I'll show you as we walk through.
Used to be in the.
No, all this was from when it was original, right? All the woodwork and everything.
The woodwork is probably from when it was a bed and breakfast.
Okay.
The military doesn't ornate a lot of things.
Yeah.
And honestly, the restaurant probably went on ahead and continued using it because woodwork's expensive.
Oh yeah, back then, yeah.
But we have been able to find a date on this. It does match up. This is we believe this is called the parts locker. This is where they would honestly keep body parts that they would find out in the field or had to amputate.
Oh.
Right. They reused these freezers as both the bed and breakfast and when it was a restaurant.
Oh
Freezers are
my.
not
Woo.
cheap.
No.
Not that kind.
So if you want to do a
we can eat food in there and investigate.
yes, exactly.
Like-
It's a little strong. I'll turn on the air compressor for you.
Okay.
But yeah, we have had shadows spotted walking up and down this hallway here, and even as much as standing right below that exit sign. So you may want to set you up a laser grid or something through here. Up here, we believe.
I saw the little air little things.
Oh yeah,
Scare
the air
people
whips.
away.
Yes. We here, according to the diagrams that we found about when it was a surgical hospital, and we've got several floor plans from that era, and the shape is generally, this would have been the emergency ER. Okay. Basically, someone comes in with a shot up arm, leg. They quickly get them in here,
Triage.
treat them best they could, probably amputate, henceforth close to the body locker.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will tell you that 2 years ago, and even last year, I got one report in, that if I place a female actress into this area, something will actually come up out of that stairwell behind you, and it will just look at her, and she'll say, "Who are you?" or what have you, and it won't answer, and they just think it's someone being creepy. And the girl went into the bar area where there was another actress, and it followed her and stopped right at the door. Wouldn't go no further than that door. And they called me in. I was like, okay, there shouldn't be any actors down there. Looked, nothing. But they both swore that someone, most likely a guy, was following them. So the next week, different actresses. Same report. Same thing happened to these actresses, and they had no idea, didn't know anything about that, or from the other, they didn't know the other actresses.
Yeah.
And
It takes
that
a
was
lot for us
creepy.
to keep somebody in this area.
Yeah, it really does, especially alone. Guys, if we can assign in here, doesn't seem to come at them. And it always comes out of that stairwell.
Now, can we go down that stairwell? Or
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
show you where it's leading later.
He's like, you can go down there too.
Go ahead.
You better stay there tonight. Don't move. Hey, almost looks like my knee. Like my knee area. I fell through a porch on an investigation
Oh my
and
goodness.
went straight through.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was very painful.
Now, this is actually the largest room on the ship. We believe this is main recovery.
I'm good, thank you.
Of course, we've had to divide it up. Haunted houses don't do so well when you have a big open area.
Right.
No.
We believe this was general recovery, and it's also one of the more active areas. I mean, more than once on the security cameras, I've witnessed seeing an entity go from here past the camera several times. So this is also where equipment starts to malfunction and you get severe power drains. At times it's like the entity is playing with the electronics. I told you guys earlier about the global ghost hunt. They do not like being recorded, it seems.
Yeah, this is, the other side is where we were with the SOS and the projector.
Now, is this like a refrigeration type drawers?
About those.
Yeah, those were where they kept like now those probably weren't here because I can't find them on the diagrams. Doesn't say they weren't, but I'm thinking they were put in for the bar because that's where they probably kept the cold drinks, the olives, the lemons and stuff like that. Also, I think I checked the date on that, and it's showing it from the mid-70s or something.
Oh, okay.
The deep freezes, however, we did find that they were produced like in 1938. So chances are they were on here during that. I think 38, 39, in that ballpark. It would have made it right for the proper time.
Yeah.
Entities have been spotted up in the rafters, looking down, especially right there. It seems when we have guests here on ghost tours, it's like numerous guests will claim that they see someone up there, and they're like, "You got someone hidden up there?" I'm like, "No, why would we?"
Yeah.
Come back later, take pictures.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, I want to get a good
Look
picture
at
of that. I want to get a good picture of that.
Y'all are sick.
Come back later to get some good pictures.
We do the blind boxing in here so much, we actually leave a chair right where she's sitting for that very reason.
Now, on the Paranormal Quest video that I watched, that we watched, they were in a room that had a film projector. That's where they were doing it. Which,
Okay.
is that downstairs
There's a
or
film projector over there. I just saw it.
over where?
On that sill over there?
Yeah.
Oh, was this the room then?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
okay.
the main room.
In fact, we even have a projector right there that we do that.
This was a real projector that was
Oh, then
on,
this
on
is
the
the
video.
very room for that.
Okay.
Yeah. That was like a,
Yep. Right through there.
yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were using that as a prop one year.
Okay, that's the room they were, okay,
Yeah.
so this is the room.
Yes, this is the
Okay.
room. As you go further into here, we do get activity spikes through here.
Thank you.
It seems like right here we get the most power drain. Before this was built, we were more into the center of it. We would honestly get a lot of Frank's Box responses. I will warn you that the entities here tend to get a little fresh with the ladies. So just beware of that.
Bring it, bucko.
They might.
Bring it.
Also, we've not gotten too much activity out here on the front porch.
Oh, you got a smoke pole out there?
Huh?
Smoke pole.
Yeah. It's where I normally eat lunch, per se. There is a danger spot here.
I'll chase your ass with that too.
I wish you would.
But right there, see the ramp there is
Oh.
pretty rotten. So just to kind of forewarn you. But yeah, it looks like we're going to get a nice foggy night tonight.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't remember ever doing an investigation up here.
Oh, we've done a few EVPs.
I'd have my K2 and my fishing rod, but it's at the
I
house.
got a K2 you can have. I don't have a fishing rod.
But yeah, just getting you guys, and you know, it's nice to be out here to just kind of sort of get the fresh air. The barge comes in.
Somebody's jumping.
Yeah, they get loud whenever they come through.
What time do they usually stop?
Dusk or dark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't have a lift
keep
airfield.
Trying to film him coming in and it stopped recording. It just froze.
I heard him go, woohoo! Did you hear him? Yeah.
No, I didn't hear him.
Yeah, I heard somebody say it behind us. I was like, "Hey."
I can't tell if we got him or not.
That's so cool.
Are they tandem jumping or are they just jumping?
They're just jumping.
No, they're not tandem. They're by themselves. Look at him, look at him. Oh, that's crazy.
No, fuck no.
Dude, I can't tell if I got him.
Look,
Watch
he's
us out.
spinning, he's spinning.
Oh, oh,
Oh, he's used to doing that shit all the time. They're doing it by themselves. They're used to that shit.
Coming in over the tree line. Here he comes, guys. He's gonna be right up. I gotta watch my hat. Put your hat backwards, Ronnie. Here it comes. Here they come, guys. Oh shit, he's gonna hit me. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, he turned the engine up. Oh.
It wasn't a quiz, I was just curious.
Yeah.
TV for the thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, for the longest time, I thought it was an
It's a
investigation.
big old feather.
Yeah,
But then I have recently learned it's investigative.
gotcha.
Hey,
Ew.
that's an amazing.
Now this right here will take you right in the center of the crate maze here. You guys walk through here yet?
I haven't no.
No.
Okay,
I walked that way.
Let's do it.
And yeah, you get kind of a fear cage effect in here. You
Oh.
really feel claustrophobic. We've got a lot of the mechanisms and
Nothing's gonna jump out, Karen. Stop it.
No, but you might try to scare me.
This is kind of like the long dark hallways of St. Albans.
yeah.
Only it's got more light.
Right.
Well, wait till it gets dark.
Have a good history, right?
We'll be doing the haunted house here. Not tonight though.
Please not so
Well,
nice.
St. Albans Sanatorium in Radford, you can, the long dark hallway, I mean, you can almost sense and see shadows up and down,
Okay.
peeking out of the doors, looking at you.
Well, that's more downstairs, believe it or not. Up here, this was, like I said, the recovery ward, and it's a pretty long area,
Yeah.
big open area. We had to do a lot of things to kind of sort of create more effect for the guest. Watch your step here. This is where the ship kind of sort of waxes and wanes with its distance between the barges. So that step's always moving distances.
Oh.
I just noticed that because it was closer earlier.
Yeah, it's always shifting in distance.
Okay.
And that barge that's coming by might shift it again.
Right. Will we feel that? The
A
shift?
little bit if you
From the wake,
focus.
from the
Yeah.
wake up.
If you're downstairs especially.
Told you we'd get seasick.
Ugh.
I've never gotten said.
Well, other
Get your
than,
sea legs on.
children.
Now we're going in the basement, guys. Go in the-
have no sea legs.
I'll be alright. She was in the army.
Come on, Little Mermaid.
Not the Navy.
Not the Navy. In the Navy.
We can do it.
Anybody hungry?
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh.
Protein,
Yeah.
protein.
That's one of those things I like to quote from the Resident Evil. Do not open that.
Please.
That is nasty.
That probably stinks.
Oh yeah, yeah. And normally a new volunteer will open it the first thing.
Of
too.
They
course.
get curious,
Wow.
like,
Yeah. Okay.
This wall though.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Another
my.
work of Tony.
That is
Gotta get picked.
gnarly.
Yeah, he was good. In here,
Pictures, we'll have to get pictures of it, so. Hey, buddy.
we believe
Oh,
this
look at
location
that.
through here was
that's cool.
basically your more serious surgeries taking place, like open heart, organ removal, what have you. In fact, we these drain lines here
I was
are
gonna say
actually
for blood.
original equipment. They're old galvanized, big, thick lines
Yeah.
underneath the ship. And, you know, there might still even be a little bit of blood in the rust. You know,
Yeah.
but we believe this was like, and of course, chances are this was more of an open area to allow better movement. But
Yeah.
when it became a kitchen, they added that wall. It's not a support-bearing wall, that one is.
Okay.
Yes, that's a fake mummy.
King Tut.
Yes, you discovered his hideout. Okay. Eek. Oh, sorry.
You're good.
I'm afraid of dark.
Yeah.
Ow.
But yeah, this is more of a continuation. They converted it later on as being a grill area, kitchen,
Oh, yeah.
actual kitchen. You know, I hope they didn't find any spare body parts to fry up.
Right?
Not
Hungry?
Welding? Why wait?
Yeah.
Well, there's that thing.
Yeah,
that
I'm
I
gonna go
will
down
not
there.
Be going down.
Yes, this is our utility area. It's a direct drop straight down into the basement of the ship.
Don't wanna get hurt.
I hope you guys are caught up on your tetanus.
Right.
No.
Could put Tyler down there if he was here.
Okay, now right here,
Found you a new
we,
home.
according to the diagrams and stuff we
If
found,
you're watching this,
this would have been the morgue area. It makes sense because when you look at the design of the ship, the stairs we talked about earlier, right here.
Oh.
Oh, the
So
ones that
if
look
someone
down.
came in
Okay.
and bled out up there or died over there, they weren't too far from the morgue.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, right away one.
Now, I will say, this is where I tend to see a shadow figure.
Okay.
And it's not really even a shadow figure. It's like you're seeing someone out of the corner of your eye. And a lot of times it's just standing there looking at you like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, because more than once I'm like holding up a prop
It's
building.
freezing in here.
I got draft.
got a little
over-
cold.
You got a draft over here as well.
Yeah, but it's a little cooler than the filling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Um,
and I'm getting goosebumps, so
I see
I
that.
mean, I can feel air.
Oh, this is the thing that jumps at you.
Yeah. And also,
This what?
if they had a DOA, they could quickly get it into here too. This is where we believe that the autopsies and so on would happen. In here would be a cool space to kind of put the bodies in on shelving and so on. The freezers here,
I wonder if anyone who came
we
here to the
believe
restaurant
it,
realized that this was
according to the
actually
design,
a hospital facility.
you
and they
stack
were
300 bodies like cordwood.
300.
On top of
Like-
each other, yeah.
Thank you.
I've seen that before in Iraq.
We didn't tell him.
Yeah, they could really stack the bodies in here according to designs. Of course they.
Oh, speaking of stacked bodies.
Yeah, they had leftovers, man.
Wow. That's, yeah.
What's in here?
Leftovers.
Another freezer.
Yeah, just part of it.
Yeah. our taller team members have problems walking in here.
Yeah, I can understand it.
Yeah. We do get a fear cage effect going in here for obvious reasons. You are surrounded by metal.
Yeah.
I will also say that the Frank's box responses, if you get them, it's pretty much a miracle in here because you've got a big Faraday cage.
Yeah, there's no radio stations.
Mhm.
Yeah, and not got a lot of noise.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, as you step out, watch your step.
Boo!
Hi, where'd you come from?
What, did it make you nervous?
I am claustrophobic, so some things just don't really.
So now I feel that air again.
Yeah.
There's a breeze coming.
Oh yeah, the whole
Well, we
day.
kind of sort of have a breeze
Oh,
right
okay,
here.
there it is. Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
That's where I was feeling.
Hey, sir, how you doing?
Oh, you got a guy laying over here.
Yeah.
Guy laying in here.
That's good for him.
No, look, he's in a.
He's got COVID. Leave him alone.
Touched by the outbreak monkey.
Yeah, he's got the herpes.
I haven't came in here yet.
Oh shit.
Here, we believe was maybe a quarantine ward. It's pretty much all off and away from all the other areas, and it's also a relatively wide area.
Yeah.
We have gotten actual physical responses from entities down here. We actually had laser grid interaction in that very corner behind that fake wall. At the time, there was actually a glass wall there. You saw that it's pretty much gone now.
Yeah.
But we got two of our team members got scratches and pushed. They would walk close to the edge and they would find themselves trying to push them off the stage area. The laser grid, we could actually stand here and watch, and it would look like something would kind of sort of stand up and set back down in the grid. We had the Team Prism working with us that night, and they caught a lot of that.
So when you said by physical interaction is you're talking about the laser grid, the pushing and the scratching,
Yeah.
correct? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever catch any good EVPs down here?
Down here, I actually did catch a child EVP, which
A
is
child?
yes.
Okay.
Now, mind you, was it really a child? We discussed this.
Right.
People can be hurt so bad that they'll go resort back to that childlike character. I've actually seen it in real life, where someone got so hurt they was calling for mommy.
Right.
They're in so much pain they revert back to that. So maybe this person was dying or so much pain and emotion being dwelled into an area or space can really stick.
Do you think that maybe evil things come down here and transform itself into something childlike because you'll trust it?
We haven't really seen that per
Okay.
se.
Okay.
However, like I said earlier, we seem to have attracted something that's not so nice.
Okay.
Up to that point, most of the entities actually enjoyed company.
Okay.
And we've actually had, when we first started investigating the vessel, we actually had the entities begging us not to go.
Aw. Because you were
Right.
talking to them.
We were talking and communicating, and it was kind of sad.
You could feel the loneliness.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
So at first, only within the last few months, we seem to have picked up something that's really aggressive.
Okay.
So just to let you guys
Have
know.
you seen anything physical? Like, have you seen like a shadow figure or like an outline of that?
Actually, generally speaking, when I do see it, it's coming from around the morgue.
Okay.
And even outside the deck, I've had the door open on stuffy days.
Okay.
And it'll just be like standing right there, like it's watching me work. And as soon as I look up, it'll like, oh man, I've been seen.
Okay.
And I've came up to it several times, and I've seen it from different angles from the ship.
Okay.
Sometimes it's even went up the steps. Sound familiar?
Yep.
Because what's on top of the steps, that's where we had the actresses report seeing something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it could be the same entity that is curious at, while we're doing modifications, and you know that
Yeah.
can be a trigger point as well.
Definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. In here is just the quick workshop.
Okay.
Cool.
It's where we build a lot of the props and stuff. If you,
Awesome.
we've not caught too much, activity in here, but feel free to. I will tell you a little funny story though. One of the nights when we were spending the night just working on the haunt, one of our team members who was sleeping in here and I was sleeping in the further office, I'd hear her go, scream, "Damn it, quit that," because every time she'd look up, wind would catch one of the Grim Reapers and blow them up right over her bed. So
Things that are scary or paranormal, but
Right.
yeah, here she is trying to get some sleep, and she's got this thing blowing right over top of her.
Oh.
We believe this is traditionally just a transfer hallway
Okay.
to where they would wheel people to and fro. Chances are these were examination rooms at one time in this corner of the ship.
Oh Lord, have you been in here yet?
Huh?
Shayla, that's your room tonight.
Oh, buddy, don't show Shayla that.
Oh, you Shayla.
Charge 20 for the extra.
Actually, we're going to the hottest part of the ship.
Okay.
okay.
I've recorded temperatures as high as 130 degrees.
No way.
It's
Yeah.
for the after hours.
This is actually kind of cool down here.
Yeah. Cool.
Look at this. Hi ho. Arr.
Yeah. By the way, that's not real gold in the chest.
Savvy.
Dang.
Savvy.
Look, there's the alligator.
Told you.
Damn, these ropes are big. Ah, walk the plank.
Arr.
Whoa, hello.
Walk the plank.
This is cool. Oh, Hellraiser.
Yeah, we're currently modifying this room to be like that.
Does it have the electric sparks and stuff?
I tried that, and the actors I would do that would take too long and would heat up the bar. Yeah, sometimes you have to deal with actors in that respect. So after them nearly catching the wire on fire several times, I'm like, yeah, well, I'm taking
No
that
more.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
But where I'm standing here is where we got probably the best information.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, this is like a true fishing story. We just got done with maybe the second ghost tour we ever conducted on this ship. My metaphysics guy, he's like, I really felt like something was trying to contact us in that glass room. I was like, dude, our batteries are drained. We really don't have any equipment that can record. He's like, well, let's just check it out. And this is like 1 o'clock at night. And I sent the rest of the team, I'm like, go on guys, me and Chris will just check this out. And we got down here where he said he felt something. And the only thing that really had batteries was the Obelisk M. You guys know what that thing is?
Yes.
It's the first version of the Obelisk. Yep. And on pneumatic mode where you're getting like tut 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 tut, that, okay? And it's just blurting out random syllables. We actually got a full conversation, intelligible words. We found out that the entity called itself a Captain Husk. It gave us a date of 1964, I believe August 24th. Travesty, most of us killed. And here I am with my little notepad in my pocket, right, trying to write this stuff down
Yeah.
because this is coming in clear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn it, Chris, your phone can't even record right now because it was dead.
Yes.
So we wrote all this down, started doing an actual check. We did find on a military website a Lieutenant J.G. Husk.
Okay.
But the date of that was like 1960. Now, to go from Lieutenant JG to well, not JG, I always get my Navy First Lieutenant. When I think of First Lieutenant, I think JG.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, same rank.
Same thing.
It could be easily, he could have easily jumped that grade or rank in that amount of time. We did find that date there was a ambush in Korea, and almost a full platoon was taken down.
Goosebumps. Are you kidding?
Yeah, we've got that data listed in our database and the original notes, but unfortunately, it all comes back to one thing. The Obelisk Inn was not recorded with that information, so I could just simply say, yeah, it said
That's
it was
what it
Willy
said.
Wonka and the Chocolate Family talking to us.
Yeah, yeah.
And see, that is, I can tell you from personal experience, but if you ask, do you have it?
Yeah.
I don't.
So question for you, do you know if Lieutenant or First Lieutenant JG was hurt?
Yes. We
So
believe
would he be a patient on here?
he was.
Okay.
Unfortunately, military records are really sporadic.
I know.
In that time frame, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, they are still finding PT boats from World War II that was docked in California
Yes.
as patrol vessels,
Yes.
and they were forgotten about
Yes.
because they weren't on any ledger.
Sure.
So finding any information on a hospital barge, which was literally probably of hundreds,
Yeah.
the military just really didn't keep track. Now, battleships, aircraft carriers, even airplanes, they kept better track of because that was expensive hardware. But a barge with hospital beds, okay, yeah, we got them. I counted it, you know. And that's one of the more frustrating.
Yeah.
The owner of the ship, he's done intensive studies. He's actually of the history of these vessels or these barges, and he has a decent book about a lot of it with the floor plans, and we've confirmed it with some of our individual
Lisa was
research.
just telling me she was reading it.
Right. And it is an interesting read.
I would love to have a copy.
Well, I might be able to get you one.
I was thinking that he sold his last one.
Let me check up. I can access the Bellahasset up there, and I'll see if I can't dig you out one.
Thank
Now,
you.
those barges going down through there right now, that's basically what this was made from, correct?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. These are those are a lot more advanced, but yeah, they're essentially the same. Those are gas barges. What you're seeing, these were dredge barges. Notice how they got like the topper on them.
Yeah.
That would have been them without the topper.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going back to the ship.
Okay.
Was there nurses on board here?
Yes.
Okay.
We actually have gotten EVPs from Mary was one during one of the blind box sessions, I believe we got, which is a very common name for the era.
Right.
We've gotten other entities claiming they were nurses. Some claim they were doctors. But
Is that the only confirmed name you have?
yes, unfortunately, trust me, a lot of my EVP sessions and so on, when I start out, can I have your name? Because I'm really wanting to try to contact Husker again. We've set up blind boxes and stuff. We tend to set up the blind box inside the cage there.
And tell me again who Husker was?
I believe he was a platoon commander.
Okay.
His rank, first lieutenant, would probably insinuate he was a Marine.
Okay.
Uh,
Makes sense for that time.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I'm on a ship, I usually think in terms of Navy rank. And that's why I'm notorious for calling him a JG when he's
Right.
not. He's actually a first lieutenant. And, you know, captain in the Marine Corps is just one rank up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's got the 2 silver bars, train
So
tracks.
Husker.
Yeah.
When you researched him and the skirmish in Korea, do you know what part of Korea?
I don't. I think it's during close to the southern peninsula.
Okay.
This thing would have probably been parked by there, because once again, they would only park these barges. They discontinued the hospital program for just the barges right after Vietnam. They only, and even during Nam, they sporadically used them.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, what is your version of the end of Vietnam?
1975.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would put it at too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would put it at
And
too, but some people would argue that,
That's
so.
when,
Yeah.
that's when Saigon fell.
Yeah.
Right.
Because around about 1978, it was sold off by the military and became a bed and breakfast by the early 80s.
So that's when, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, Husker, where have you communicated with him the most?
Right here.
And right here, okay.
And we believe that we might have had some close contact with him about 6 months ago, when we actually got started getting Ovilus responses, but it was through the Ovilus 5.
Okay.
Okay, so we've upgraded tech since then, but we still use the M. It's just the new play parity everyone wants to do. I still pack the Ovilus in. And the entity actually, through the Ovilus, says, "Freeze, who are you?" It was almost like a guard is coming up at us. And
You're encroaching on
yeah.
security. Yeah. Yeah.
And it kept asking, "Who are you?" So were we witnessing a time lapse where
Right.
he thinks
When
he's seeing a
thinking
ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah. So unfortunately, there's not, without first name, which I really looked for
Yeah.
heavily in the records, could not find. Once again, these were just print-offs of a crew manifest.
Yeah, understood.
And it's, it's a miracle I even found that
Yeah,
much.
it really is.
But
It's crazy. The lack of documentation in those times is just insane.
Oh, I'm trying to track down and I'm not kidding you, I type in my grandfather's Purple Heart to get the paperwork, and it's not
Yeah.
showing his Purple Heart number.
and it's probably not even showing him.
The National Archives.
Yeah,
It's
it's
hard.
sporadic.
It's hard. I waited a year just to get one single piece of information of my own archive. And I'm a millennial, so I
Yeah, that tells
mean,
you.
you know what I mean? You can only
And we
imagine.
live in the information age.
Yeah.
But I mean, through here, this is where we tend to get a lot of activity in this respect. I was recently in a blind box session for
Ghost hunt.
yeah, for the Global Ghost Tour. And what was the character's name? It was
Bobby.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Very aggressive all over the Frank's box,
Yeah.
screaming, Bobby. Now,
Bobby eats.
Yeah, Bobby eats.
Yeah.
It was very aggressive
Bobby
on
Singer?
how it was saying it. And I was right where you're standing. I was sitting in the electric chair,
Okay.
which was over there at that moment. But now it's, we're in the
Well,
middle.
we'll load you up and throw you back in there with the blindfold.
Yeah, sure.
Now, I will tell you, at the pavilion, this was the old model, okay? I've got a brand new, it's 2 years old now, electric chair with fully functional circuits and everything. It will bite you, it will shock you,
Ooh.
and it emits 12,000 volt electrical arcs inside the globe.
No thanks.
Is that how he got like that?
No, he was a volunteer for one of our other experiments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shayla, would you like to volunteer?
I'm good, thanks.
Now here we're more into the sleeping quarters and what we believe would have been like places where the doctors would have slept or ate maybe. A very compact area. The doctors have to be somewhere and they can't always be on their feet.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at that little TV. Oh my god, we had one of those when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
My dad jerry rigged it in a Crown Victoria so that we could play Super Nintendo on it on the way to Florida. Yeah.
I like it because it's still the old cathode tube that comes on and gives that eerie.
That little.
Come on, Shayla, you can do it.
Look at all the pretty doll
No.
babies.
Shayla,
No, keep going. Oh my God, please keep going.
Look, that one's. Look, we match.
No.
Get out.
Oh, wait till you see what if you come down here during the haunt season.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, wait till you see what we got planned for that one.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
I'm gonna say that's great. You can send me a picture
picture.
That's a hard one.
Because what we're going to do is make a pile of dolls, but the pile of dolls is actually a costume someone's wearing.
Cool.
So as they walk up, they're going to stand up with like a big baby doll head.
You
and
guys
all
didn't hear that. You didn't
You
hear
didn't
that. No.
We won't reveal that. Oh, that's scary.
Cool.
Okay.
No, thank you.
We almost came full circle. I introduced you guys to
Feels nice.
the basement of the ship.
Yep.
So feel free to go down there. Just watch your head,
Okay.
because that still is not forgiving.
The basement.
And you can go all the way to the end of the barge. Just that you're going to be doing a lot of ducking, dodging.
We'll go down there in a little bit.
You know, just grease her up real good. And yeah.
Karen,
What? Don't.
if you need one,
No.
the oxygen tank.
I don't need an oxygen tank. Just an inhaler.
Okay, and we're outside.
Oh,
Cool.
it feels nice out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody brings a little warm.
I've been out on this ship where we got icicles hanging out and
Oh,
stuff.
wow.
Been out here during snowstorms, all that fun
Cool.
stuff. So
Wow.
we've tried just about any type of environment to see if there's a difference in
Yeah.
Yeah.
responses and so on. Thinking maybe, you know, if it spent a lot of time in you know, Southeast Asia,
Right.
maybe it'll trigger stuff and so on.